Here is the sad truth about clones that we all know, but rarely talk about. Clone troopers were mistreated and abused by the Republic. For one thing, they were regarded as personal property. This is demonstrated by the fact that a clone trooper who defected was seen as a criminal rather than a deserter, since they were taking property themselves from the Grand Army of the Republic. They also didn't have a choice about whether or not they wanted to serve the Republic. They couldn't settle down or establish a family, which would be tough given their advanced age, but more on that later. They were unable to pursue careers. They were forced to engage in the Clone Wars instead. Furthermore, they were almost certain to die in war. Most elite units in the 501st Legion sustained a 95% loss at the Battle of Teth. That's hundreds of men who will never be able to establish a family or simply live a normal life. It's even more shocking when you consider that these soldiers were just 10 years old at the time. Therefore, they were very young soldiers despite their accelerated aging. People love to talk about Ahsoka, who led a fighter squadron when she was 14. While using a minor in that situation is undoubtedly a war crime, many people overlook the Republic's employment of millions of young soldiers. Take for example Cut Lawquane. Cut was a soldier for the Republic when his transport was attacked by separatist gunships. Unlike most of his fellow soldiers, Cut survived. He resigned from the Grand Army of the Republic and began a family. He exercised his fundamental right to a normal life by pursuing it. He would have been executed if he would have been discovered. A legend specifically states, and this most likely corresponds to canon, that the clones had no retirement plan or pension when they were too old to serve. What do you suppose will happen when these clones are no longer capable of serving? They had no method of getting a job, no social skills, and no chance to return to a regular life. They didn't get paid to fight, so they'd be poor as well. The Republic went bankrupt, and they couldn't afford to provide a pension. As a result, they were practically doomed to fail in their post-war lives. Ultimately, the Republic's treatment of the Clone Army was both unfair and immoral. Basic human rights such as life, liberty, and joy were denied to all of these clones.